Did you ever wonder why the wealthy are the way they are and how they've created their financial success? I've been very fortunate to be able to talk to some of Canada's most wealthiest people and some of the wealthiest people's trusted advisors. And through those conversations, I've been able to get some sense of what their habits, their beliefs, and philosophies are about creating wealth. Today, I want to share with you 4 things that the wealthy have as a foundational mindset, and maybe it'll help you take you from where you are to where you want to go. So let's begin. Number 1, they're not after validation or congratulations or social media hits on the way that they live their life. They are after real freedom. It's like the book The Millionaire Next Door. Some people have money and you'd never even know it. They realize that acting rich is going to make you broke, and acting broke is going to make you rich. They aren't stuck to driving fancy cars with huge loan or lease payments. The wealthy own most of their things through corporations and trusts. But a poverty mindset, a broke mindset, will finance their own liabilities. And even worse, they finance depreciating liabilities. Appearances do not create wealth. Ownership creates wealth. Number 2 is they don't spend their time flashing their wealth. They're too busy scaling and building more of it for their future. They're not flashing their fancy watch, and sure, they may own a really nice watch, but it's probably brands that most of you've never even heard of. They are after quality and substance over style. The wealthy know one thing, is they want to stack their assets that produce their freedom. They use their passive income to stack it, to scale it, to buy more assets that will produce more income. Quite frankly, being validated for the things that you buy is a really expensive addiction. Somebody congratulating you for a $20,000 watch or a $10,000 purse, getting those likes can give you a false sense of grandiosity. So while the broke seek praise, the wealthy seek peace. The third truth about the wealthy that I've learned is that they think about money completely differently. For example, savings isn't considered cash. It's not considered disposable. It's considered to be capital, something that you pass on, something that you give to future generations so that they can take that capital and grow it for the benefit of their children. It's about creating generational wealth. To be true, capital has a connotation that cash simply does not. Capital is protectable. Capital produces a legacy. Most people can't even fathom passing down generational wealth. But not only do the wealthy think about transferring their wealth down multiple generations, they teach their family how to do it. Another way that they think about money is that all spending must be an exchange of choices. Sometimes people will spend money that they have now and give up the money that they really want more. All spending is a choice between 2 alternatives. Because the wealthy know that you can't spend money in 2 places at once. They know money is scarce, and they treat it like the scarce resource that it really is. And you have to put your capital to work. You have to invest it. You have to treat it well and not give up so much of it to tax. You may be buying soft assets like securities or hard assets like property and bullion. And while you're building wealth, you may be doing all those things, but driving really cheap cars. Instead of buying fancy cars and fancy phones without having any money left over to put aside for your future. The people trapped with liabilities are the people that may look shiny, but they have a festering wound in their budget. Meanwhile, the wealthy were hard at work building their wealth in silence. And mindset number 4, habits create their results. Above all things, they value consistency, and they take that consistent habit and they apply it right across their whole life. For example, they go to bed pretty much at the same time every day, and they wake up pretty much at the same time every day. They usually have consistent meal times. They usually have consistent meal content, the same thing day in and day out. They wear very similar clothes or the same clothes, laundered of course. But if you remember that Barack Obama only owned 4 suits while he was in the White House because he didn't want to have that brain working on what do I have to wear. He was more concerned with the roles and responsibilities of being the President of the United States, and he didn't have time to think about, does this tie go with this suit? Getting back to the wealthy, they intentionally choose a diet and exercise plan. And of course, they have a habit of saving and a habit of staying out of credit card and consumer debt. And they also regularly talk to their trusted advisors because, quite frankly, they want help in their decision-making process. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about what you demonstrate, what you show, and what you flash. It's about what you quietly build, protect, and pass on through multiple generations. And of course, transitioning your values as much as you're transferring your estate. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you have up-to-date information on the next time we release a video, and so you can enjoy more truths about politics, economics, history, financial literacy, and philosophy right here on this channel.